Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be building out my theory that the mega streamers are the steel mills of today, okay? I am positing that the true most powerful industry of America is not manufacturing, is not technology, is not energy, is not any kind of climate change or anything like that. It is none of those industries. The true American power base today, which needs science, governance, regulation from the American government, from the U.S. American government immediately, right? No more reports about steel and corn and weather and silly nonsense like that. I want real reports, real tracking of real American influence, money, and power, which is now American celebrity. That is America's true power source, okay? And basically, we used to, what used to be our big industries? Well, the biggest one, really, one of the biggest ones ever, was American steel. And we had these steel mills all over America, right? Now, like, that's just like a haunting ghost house, right? American steel is a haunting ghost house now. We still have some, some steel mills that chunk out a few rods of steel every now and then, forgetting the fact that there's like 20 other countries that can easily do that job, and America should have no business making steel anymore. And that our real powerful creation is American celebrity. It's more powerful than anything that's being made today, okay? And I wanted to say that basically I've put forward this idea that the mega streamers are the new steel mills. And I wanted to explain that there's far more additional evidence for this theory. I want to posit it today. I want to put it forward today. So there's been a major turn in the mega streamers in America, and that is that every single network, every single American network that is 80 years plus, that has gone back in television, now has a streaming service. So I'm going to tick them off for you. What are the three big networks? ABC, CBS, NBC. Every single one of these groups is over 80 years old. Is over 80 years old, right? And every single one of these has been making huge amounts of television for decades, for like 8 decades, right? And these are American pillars of American celebrity. And basically, it is small screen, but it's really important because the small screen, it either catches people that fall off the big screen or it catapults people onto the big screen, right? So the small screen is a small screen. Let's not get it twisted. Movies are still the major winner platform, but the small screen is very, very, very important, right? And now every single major television network now has a streaming service. I'm going to count them off. ABC has 2, right? ABC is owned by Disney. Disney has Disney Plus, and it owns Hulu, okay? NBC, brand new. This came out last week. Peacock. NBC now has a streaming service. Peacock. It is pure nonsense, right? There's not a lot of good stuff on it. Actually, for me. So let's talk about this. So one, I recently got HBO Max, and boy, I'll tell you, I can barely remember Netflix exists since I got HBO Max for free from my phone provider. But Peacock is now there, and literally thousands of shows are streaming on Peacock for free. You can get Peacock right now for nothing, and you can stream all their content with ads, right? And that's a big, big deal. And by the way, I have no business on Peacock. Like, there's just no content that's going to beat what's on Netflix or what's on HBO Max for me. But what about people who can't afford HBO Max? And what about people who can't afford... And by the way, I'm paying nothing for HBO Max. It comes free with my phone service. But, I pay, like... It's like a car payment for my phone service. I got six phones on my line, right? So the fact that I'm getting it for free is not a small thing, right? So you have all these situations... So you have that situation where, so Peacock is there, but people who can't afford Netflix and cannot afford HBO Max, this is great for them because they can watch. They have something and that is a lot better than nothing, right? A lot better than nothing. Peacock is useless to me because I just have too much money to ever fall that low that I'd be watching Peacock shows. But for people who don't have money right now, and that's a lot of people, right? We're in the middle of COVID virus because we're in the middle of the mask months, and because people decided that we were going to make some businesses go at 100% and some businesses go at 0%. Worst mistake we ever made in these mask months by far, right? Everything should have been open, and everything should have been running at 10% capacity on day one, and no business should have been shut down. Every single business should have been allowed to remain open just at 10% capacity and then scaled up. That would have been a much better model, right? But so you have this situation, and so you have Peacock, and then last is CBS, and CBS has CBS All Access. You really can't call that a mega streamer. Almost nobody is watching it. Very few people get it. I love Star Trek. I have not seen any of the new Star Trek shows because there's nothing worthy on CBS All Access for me to be willing to go over to it, right? And so but it's there, and it's important to understand that every single major television network now has a streaming service, and the reason why is this is America's true industry, and this is evidence that we need government regulation, government highlight, government policy around American celebrity. It is our true, actual industry of importance today, and it is more important than, I would say, the top 5 industries behind it, because it can do so much, and it can do things that are far that money can't do, that commodities can't do. And I believe the reality is we desperately need this, because this is not an understood policy today, and I think it really should be. We are allowing a major power source within America to go untapped. All that's my opinion. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you agree with me that the mega streamers are now really the new steel mills, and this is an industry that the government should be hyper focused on, and should make sure that it is strong, durable, and reliable. All that's my opinion. I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.